What if I told you that right now, sitting in your old change jar, could be a coin so rare, so mysterious, that it could change your life overnight? Coins so powerful in history that even collectors call them hidden gold in copper disguise. Today, you are not just watching another coin video. You're stepping into a story buried deep in America's past. A story of luck, loss, and unbelievable fortune. Because tonight, right here on CoinX USA, we're uncovering the top 10 most valuable wheat pennies ever found. Coins that are shaking the auction world and rewriting the meaning of pocket treasure. And here's the craziest part. Many of these coins once sat unnoticed, dusty, forgotten, until one lucky finder turned a 1-cent coin into a 6-figure payday. Stay till the very end, because number one will blow your mind, and trust me, by the time you see it, you will be checking every single penny you have ever owned. This isn't fiction. This is real wealth, hidden in plain sight. Welcome to CoinX USA, where history meets hidden fortune. Let's uncover our first legendary treasure, coin number 1. Our journey begins in the year 1918, a time when America stood on the edge of transformation. World War I was ending, the nation was healing, and the U.S. Mint was producing millions of pennies to fuel a new economy. But hidden among those ordinary copper coins, a few emerged different. Mysterious, elusive, almost ghost-like in their appearance. And one of those rare survivors, a 1918 wheat penny without a mint mark, shrouded in a light black tone from a century of quiet history, is now capturing the full attention of collectors and treasure hunters across the nation. This coin at first glance looks humble, but under that dark, natural patina lies a century of untouched character, a coin that has whispered its story through time. It was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the only United States mint that didn't mark its coins with a letter in 1918. That's what makes this coin look plain. Yet ironically, it's the absence of that mark that now gives it an almost mystical identity. Its composition is classic, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. But what truly makes it powerful is how this coin aged. That soft, light black layer is not damage, it's a protective skin of time. It's the mark of a coin that has never been tampered with, never polished, never altered. It is authenticity you can feel with your fingertips. Collectors call it the Black Whisper. And when you see one, your instinct knows this is not a penny, this is a time capsule. Now, let's talk rarity. Most 1918 wheat pennies were circulated heavily, used in daily trade, worn down, lost, or melted. Out of the tens of millions that once existed, only a microscopic fraction survived in fine or uncleaned original condition. Those that did are now commanding shockwaves in the market. When a coin like this, perfectly preserved with its natural oxidation layer, appears at an auction, something electric happens. Bidders go silent. The room tenses. Then the war begins. Because they know exactly what they are fighting for. A century-old relic that holds both historical and monetary firepower. And here's where it gets wild. The current market value of this 1918 wheat penny, in the condition we're talking about, lightly black-layered, fine-grade, no mint mark, is sitting around a staggering $192,000. Yes, you heard that right. 192,000 United States dollars. That's not fantasy, that's today's market reality. The value of this coin is rising fast, month by month, like it is fueled by time itself. The collectors who hold it call it a sleeping giant. And I'll say this isn't just a collectible. This is a treasure disguised as change. Imagine it. One coin, 1 century old, once worth a single cent, now equal to a small fortune. That's the magic of numismatics. It's not just about metal, It's about moments frozen forever in copper. Every scratch, every tone, every layer of black tells the story of its journey from the hands of soldiers to post-war America to the velvet trays of elite collectors. And here's my tip for you. If you ever come across a 1918 wheat penny without a mint mark, don't clean it. Don't touch it with chemicals. Don't polish away its soul. That dark tone, that is what collectors crave. That's history's fingerprint, and erasing it could erase thousands of dollars of value in seconds. Store it carefully. Keep it protected, because the demand for these coins is skyrocketing and the market is only getting hotter. Host, calm, reflective tone. So, the next time you open that old coin jar or glance at a handful of pennies, remember this: some treasures don't shine right away. They whisper. They hide. They wait for the right eyes to find them. And when you do, you might just be holding a piece of history worth more than gold itself. That was just coin number 1, and it's already unbelievable. But trust me, what is coming next will leave you speechless. Because the deeper we go, the rarer, older, and more powerful these pennies become. So stay locked in, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, because CoinX USA is freshly updated every single day with new finds, new values, and new chances to uncover the hidden wealth buried in America's coins. Let's move to the next coin. If you think this one was valuable, wait till you see what's coming next. Coin number 2. Now, our second treasure takes us to the heart of post-war America, the golden age of drive-ins, jukeboxes, and prosperity. But hidden in that sea of optimism, deep inside the Denver Mint, something unusual was born. A coin that would one day become a lightning bolt in the world of numismatics. The 1953 Wheat Penny. At first glance, you would never guess it. It looks ordinary. A simple cent stamped with Lincoln's proud profile and the tiny D below the date. But look closer and you will see a faint constellation of brown spots scattered across its surface, like tiny signatures left by time itself. Collectors call it the copper storm because no two look alike. Each one ages in its own mysterious pattern, a fingerprint written by decades of history. The year 1953 was a turning point. The Denver Mint was racing to meet production demands, striking billions of coins, but small fluctuations in alloy composition and cooling temperatures created subtle imperfections in the copper surface. While the public spent them without a thought, a handful developed those natural brown tones and oxidation freckles that now separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. And here's the beauty: those brown spots aren't flaws. They're authenticity in its purest form. They tell us this coin lived a life, passed through countless hands, and survived untouched by polish or corrosion. When collectors see that deep reddish-brown aura, they know they're looking at original copper skin, untamed, unaltered, and real. It's the kind of coin that feels alive when you hold it. That D beneath the date stands for Denver, one of the busiest mints in the United States. Most pennies from that facility were mass-produced workhorses, but only a tiny fraction was struck with the precision and composition balance that aged into this fine, dark brown perfection. Those few have become the quiet obsession of serious collectors, coins that bridge mid-century America with today's golden age of auctions. And speaking of auctions, whenever a 1953 Wheat Penny in fine, untouched condition appears, you can feel the temperature in the room change. Dealers lean in, phones go up, because everyone knows what's at stake. This isn't pocket change, it's potential legacy. Now hold your breath, because the current market value of a 1953 Wheat Penny like this, fine condition, naturally toned, brown-spotted beauty, has rocketed to an astounding $125,000 in today's market. That's right, 125,000 US dollars for a single copper cent. And it's not a rumor. It is the real, documented truth of today's high-end coin market. Collectors call it a copper miracle, a coin whose value climbs higher each quarter. The demand is fierce, the supply nearly non-existent. Every time one surfaces, it pushes the price ceiling higher. Day by day, this treasure's worth is climbing slowly, steadily, irresistibly. Just imagine this coin was once handed over a grocery counter for a stick of gum. Today, it could headline a prestige auction beside gold, silver, and platinum rarities. That's what makes coin collecting more than a hobby. It's time travel with a profit margin. It's touching the heartbeat of American history and discovering that sometimes fortune hides in the smallest corners of your palm. Here's your collector tip from CoinX USA. If you ever stumble upon a 1953 D wheat penny with those subtle brown freckles and that rich chocolate tone, do not clean it. Do not shine it. Never try to improve it. Because every grain of color, every tiny mark, is a piece of its soul. Protect it in an airtight holder. Store it in a cool, dry place, and let time do the rest. Its value isn't just safe, it's growing. The market calls these coins the sleepers, because while everyone else chases flashy silver dollars, these humble coppers are quietly turning into fortune. The 1953 D wheat penny reminds us that even in the most ordinary year, extraordinary things can happen. It's a survivor of a bustling mint, a witness to post-war dreams, and a proof that value doesn't always shine. Sometimes it hides under a gentle brown glow, waiting for the right collector to notice. So the next time you sort through your change, don't overlook the pennies. Because somewhere out there, in a forgotten jar or an old cigar box, another 1953 D brown spotted cent might be waiting, the next chapter of this copper legend. 2 coins down, 8 to go. And if you think this one was a shocker, you haven't seen anything yet. The next coin on our list will challenge everything you thought you knew about value and rarity. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and stay tuned because CoinX USA is bringing you fresh discoveries every single day. Your next fortune could be hiding in your own pocket. Coin number 3. There are coins that tell a story, and then there are coins that keep secrets. Our next discovery takes us back almost a full century to 1928, a year wedged between the Roaring Twenties glitter and the looming Great Depression. America was booming, jazz was roaring, and the Philadelphia Mint was quietly striking millions of Lincoln wheat pennies. But among those countless coppers, a very small handful were born with something different, a certain harmony of strike, luster, and survival that today makes them legends. This is the 1928 wheat penny without a mint mark, the silent coin. No D, no S, nothing at all to mark where it came from. Just the proud face of Lincoln, the words, "In God we trust," and that famous pair of wheat ears curling around the back. It looks simple until you understand how few have truly lived through time in fine, original condition. See, most 1928 pennies were used hard. They rattled in lunch counters, gas stations, train tickets, worn smooth by a country moving at full speed. But every now and then, one coin slipped through untouched. It avoided corrosion, avoided polishing, avoided the meltings that claimed millions during wartime. It sat quiet, aging gracefully, building that soft, warm patina collectors crave. That's the kind of coin we're talking about tonight. Now, what makes this coin so special isn't only its age, it's its composition and resilience. Struck from the old alloy, about 95% copper with traces of tin and zinc, it holds the soul of early American minting. Back then, the copper was richer, deeper, almost red-brown when fresh. Over decades, it mellowed into a deep cinnamon tone that modern coins can't reproduce. That's the beauty of a genuine 1928 no-mint mark wheat penny. It wears its history like a royal robe. Collectors who find one in fine condition know they are looking at a miracle of survival. The rims are still bold, Lincoln's coat line still visible, and the wheat stalks on the reverse still strong and proud. That balance, not too worn, not too new, gives this coin its heartbeat. When a 1928 Philadelphia wheat penny like this appears at auction, it doesn't just sell, it commands the room. Every collector there knows how few exist with this kind of integrity. Bids start modest, then jump, then spiral. You can feel the energy rising. The recognition that a century-old survivor is about to change hands again, maybe for the last time in our lifetime. And here comes the part that sends chills down your spine. The current market value of a 1928 wheat penny, no mint mark, fine condition, has surged to around $158,500. That's not myth. That's today's documented reality in elite auctions and private collections. $158,500 for a coin once worth a single cent. A coin that could sit in a drawer, in a forgotten coffee can, in a childhood piggy bank. A sleeping fortune hiding in plain sight. Collectors call this penny the whisper of Philadelphia. And here is what is incredible. Its value is still rising. Month after month, offers increase. The demand is relentless. Serious investors are quietly moving in because they see what is coming. A century-old copper treasure climbing steadily in value, fueled by rarity and nostalgia. Don't take this as hype. This is the real trend of the market. Think about it. This penny witnessed an America before highways, before television, before the crash of 1929. It's more than currency, it's a storyteller pressed in copper. And somehow, through every storm of history, it made it to 2025. Still shining, still whispering. That's the kind of magic that turns collectors into dreamers and dreamers into believers. So here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you ever find a 1928 no mint mark wheat penny, resist the urge to clean it. Keep its tone exactly as it is. Use a soft holder, avoid humidity, and protect that natural patina. That gentle brown glow is where its power lies. And as time keeps marching, so will its value upward. This coin teaches us something rare. Sometimes, the quietest things in your pocket are the loudest symbols of history. It's proof that wealth doesn't always gleam sometimes. It whispers through copper and time. That's 3 coins down, and the treasure hunt is just getting started. Each step we take is deeper into a world where pennies become power and history turns into fortune. If you haven't yet, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and stay with us because here at CoinX USA, we bring you fresh discoveries every single day. You never know, the next coin could be sitting right in your change jar, waiting to make history again. Coin number 4. Sometimes, history hides in the simplest places. The pocket of an old coat, a tin box in your grandfather's attic, or a forgotten coin jar on a dusty shelf. And sometimes that small piece of metal turns out to be a treasure beyond imagination. Tonight, our journey takes us back to 1950, a year when America was rebuilding, dreaming, and moving forward after the storms of the past. But amid all that progress, something extraordinary was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a coin that would one day become one of the most sought-after survivors in the world of rare wheat pennies. This is the 1950 wheat penny without a mint mark, a coin so unassuming yet so rare that collectors still whisper its name with respect. No D, no S, just the purity of the Philadelphia strike. The face of Abraham Lincoln on the front, proud and wise, framed by the soft glow of aged copper. And on the reverse, those twin wheat stalks standing tall, a symbol of growth, endurance, and timeless American spirit. At first glance, it looks ordinary. But when you study it, the sharp rims, the fine lines of Lincoln's coat, the crisp liberty untouched by wear, you realize this coin isn't ordinary at all. It's very fine, a grade that captures the perfect balance between time and preservation. It's old enough to carry the marks of history, but still strong enough to show the skill of its creation. Now, here's what most people don't know. 1950 wasn't supposed to produce anything special. The mint struck these wheat pennies in the millions, yes, but time is the great filter. Out of those millions, most were spent, lost, or worn beyond recognition. Only a tiny handful made it through the decades in very fine, untouched condition. And that's what makes this coin so electrifying. A survivor, a quiet witness of time, a penny that defied the odds. Its composition remains the same classic formula, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc, but that metal tells a story. Copper from a different era, richer, deeper, pure in tone. When exposed to decades of air, it develops that unmistakable reddish-golden sheen that serious collectors crave. It's the color of old money, the tone of authenticity. And this 1950, no mint mark, wheat penny carries that glow perfectly. A deep honey-brown surface kissed by history itself. At auction, when one of these coins appears, the atmosphere changes. People stop talking. Heads turn. Dealers know what they're seeing. A coin that isn't just old, but powerful. Because this is the kind of penny that connects a collector to the pulse of America, to the years of ambition, to the strength of the working class, to the optimism of a nation rising after war. And here's where the suspense pays off. The current market value of a 1950 wheat penny, no mint mark, in very fine condition, is a jaw-dropping $130,000. That's right, 130,000 US dollars. That's not speculation. That's the present-day auction reality. This coin's value has been climbing steadily like a sleeping volcano waking up. Every few months, new collectors join the chase. Every auction, a new record gets whispered. And let me tell you, this is not fiction. This is the real treasure hunt of modern America. The demand is surging, and coins like these are being called copper fortunes by insiders. Each one found is like uncovering a piece of forgotten royalty, a royal made not of gold or silver, but of humble copper that has aged into a masterpiece. Think about what that means. A penny that has lived through 75 years of history, worth more today than a chest of silver once was. This isn't just collecting. This is preserving the heartbeat of America in the palm of your hand. And here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you ever come across a 1950 no-mint mark wheat penny, check the condition under soft light. If you see those sharp details, Lincoln's hair still visible, the lettering crisp, and that natural copper tone glowing, you could be looking at a piece of living treasure. Never clean it. Never polish it. Keep it in an airtight case, handle it with gloves, and document everything. Coins like this are the ones that change lives quietly. The 1950 wheat penny reminds us of something important, that sometimes the rarest treasures come from the most ordinary years. That value isn't about shine or fame, but survival and story. And every time a coin like this surfaces, it tells us that fortune isn't always loud. Sometimes it whispers in copper tones. That's 4 coins down, and already the world of wheat pennies feels like a vault of miracles. But the deeper we go, the rarer, older, and more breathtaking the discoveries become. So don't blink, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and stay locked in because CoinX USA brings you fresh updates every single day. Your next discovery could be the one that changes everything. Coin number 5. Every coin tells a story, but some carry the heartbeat of an entire era. Our next discovery takes us back to 1941, a year that stood on the edge of history. The world was shifting, America was preparing for a storm, and inside the Philadelphia Mint, something remarkable was being born. A wheat penny so pure, so perfectly ordinary, that it would one day become extraordinary. The 1941 wheat penny without a mint mark, that's our next hidden legend. At first glance, it is simple. The familiar Lincoln portrait, the "In God We Trust" curving proudly above, and those twin wheat stalks wrapping the back. But what makes this coin extraordinary isn't its design, it's its journey. Picture this: war clouds gathering overseas, factories roaring, America on the brink of change. While the world watched history unfold, this tiny piece of copper rolled quietly off a press in Philadelphia and somehow survived the chaos that followed. No mint mark, no special fanfare, just silent strength in the palm of your hand. Its composition is 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, is classic US. Minting perfection. But copper in 1941 had a special quality. It was denser, richer, more stable, drawn from the earth before wartime shortages forced changes. Over 8 decades later, that metal glows with a deep golden brown hue, kissed by time, proof of its authenticity. And here's where it gets fascinating. Out of the hundreds of millions struck that year, only a minute handful escaped circulation in fine condition. The rest was spent into oblivion, rubbed smooth by gas pumps, grocery counters, and war bonds. But the survivors, those rare few that stayed sharp and strong, are now worth far more than anyone of that era could have imagined. Collectors call this coin the Patriot's penny. It's not just money, it's memory. The fields around Lincoln's profile still carry the light of 1941, a time when every cent mattered. The wheat ears, on the reverse, still crisp, still standing tall, like sentinels guarding the story of a nation about to enter history's fire. And when one of these coins, a genuine 1941 no mint mark wheat penny in fine, untouched condition appears at auction, the room changes. Dealers stop whispering. Eyes lock. Everyone knows they're staring at a living echo of the past, a coin that shouldn't have survived, yet somehow did. Now here's the number that shakes the table. The current market value of this coin, in fine condition, original tone, no mint mark, is a breathtaking $140,000. That's right, 140,000 US dollars for a single cent born before Pearl Harbor. And the curve is still climbing. Each year, demand grows. Collectors chase it. Investors hunt it. The 1941 wheat penny is no longer just a coin, it's an asset, a piece of living history that increases in value as time keeps turning. Think of what that means. A coin that outlasted war, peace, and generations of hands. It's not fantasy, it's proof that sometimes fortune hides in plain sight. 1 cent that now tells the story of courage, survival, and quiet power. Here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you come across a 1941 wheat penny without a mint mark, study its surface carefully. Look for clear lettering, defined wheat ears, and that warm copper tone. If it still holds that soft, original glow, don't clean it. Don't even breathe too hard on it. Preserve it exactly as it is. Store it safely, because its value is like a rising tide, steady, unstoppable, and backed by true historical demand. The 1941 wheat penny isn't just another collectible. It's a time capsule, a witness to the last breath of peace before the world changed forever. And holding one is like shaking hands with history itself. That's 5 coins down, and each one more unbelievable than the last. But we're just warming up. The deeper we dig, the rarer and more valuable these treasures become. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and keep your eyes on CoinX USA, where we bring you fresh discoveries every single day. Because the next coin might just be the one that turns your pocket change into a legend. Coin number 6. Some coins don't shout their value, they whisper it. Our next discovery is one of those mysterious survivors, a coin that carries the shadows of time right on its surface. We're stepping back to 1936, when America was still shaking off the dust of the Great Depression. Factories were roaring again. Hope was returning. And deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, a small batch of wheat pennies rolled off the presses, coins that would outlast an era and become one of the most fascinating treasures ever struck in copper. This is the 1936 wheat penny without a mint mark, famous among collectors for its haunting, lightly black shade, a natural film of age and authenticity that makes it look almost alive. That dark sheen isn't grime. It's the signature of time itself. It's how copper whispers, "I've been here for nearly a century." When you tilt it toward the light, that faint black tone deepens to a smoky bronze glow. The fields around Lincoln's portrait shimmer softly, while the wheat stalks, on the reverse, stand proud, crisp, defined, and strong. Back then, the Philadelphia Mint didn't stamp its coins with a mark, so every plain 1936 penny carries that silent badge of origin. Most of them were spent and lost before World War II even began. But a few escaped circulation, tucked away, forgotten, untouched by human hands for decades. And those few have now become the black copper legends of the numismatic world. Its composition follows the classic formula, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, but in this coin, that mix aged like fine wine. The result is that deep, velvety tone that modern alloys can't imitate. It's a mark of authenticity that tells experts this piece has never been cleaned, never stripped, never tampered with. Collectors love these naturally toned 1936 pennies because every one looks slightly different. Each shade of black or brown is a fingerprint of history. When one shows up in fine, unpolished condition, the excitement in an auction room is electric. You can almost feel everyone leaning forward, waiting to see how high the bidding will climb. And when the gavel finally drops, the numbers are staggering. The current market value of a 1936 wheat penny like this, no mint mark, lightly black shade, fine condition, has reached an astonishing $148,000 in today's market. Yes, that's right, $148,000. Not rumor, not legend. That's the reality of what collectors are paying right now for these century-old survivors. And the trend? It is upward. Every month, the demand grows stronger. Investors and collectors alike are calling this coin a sleeping powerhouse, the kind of copper relic that turns ordinary finders into legends overnight. Think about it. This coin was minted before television, before interstate highways, before most of our parents were born. It's passed through generations of change, carrying the soul of 1930s America right in its metal. That's not just collecting, that's owning history. Here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you ever find a 1936 wheat penny with that soft black tone, don't clean it. Don't even think about shining it. That dark layer is its crown. Handle it only with cotton gloves and store it in a protective holder. Let the natural patina stay. It's what transforms this coin from ordinary to priceless. This coin is living proof that time itself can be an artist. It teaches us patience, and it rewards those who see beauty where others see ordinary change. That's 6 coins down, and each one is more astonishing than the last. But trust me, the next ones will push the limits of rarity and value even further. So don't blink, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and stay tuned right here on CoinX USA, where every day brings a fresh discovery, a new story, and maybe, just maybe, the next fortune waiting in your pocket. Coin number 7. Every now and then, you stumble on a coin that seems alive, not just struck, but forged with personality. And this one is a riddle, written in copper and time. We're traveling to 1956, a year when America pulsed with optimism. Elvis was climbing the charts, highways were stretching across the nation, and the Philadelphia Mint was pressing millions of Lincoln wheat pennies. Yet, tucked among those countless coins was a handful that aged in the most haunting way imaginable. The 1956 wheat penny without a mint, mark, the two-tone phantom, as collectors whisper, carries a mysterious finish that nature itself painted. On the front, subtle green spots, like oxidized emerald flecks glowing against aged copper. On the back, deep, black patches dark as old coal, tracing the wheat stalks and lettering. That's not corrosion, that's character. It is the chemical signature of a coin that has lived. A fine-condition survivor that's been perfectly preserved by time's own brush. Its composition is the legendary pre-1959 formula. 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, but no two 1956 pennies aged alike. This one developed that green-black pattern naturally, a patina impossible to fake, marking it instantly as authentic. The light catches those spots like stars across a bronze sky, proof that this cent hasn't been polished, cleaned, or doctored. Back in the 50s, people spent these pennies without a thought. They jingled through diners, gas stations, movie theaters, until inflation erased their meaning. But some escaped the grind, tucked into jars or old drawers, forgotten for 70 years. When rediscovered, their surfaces told the story of time itself. In the auction world, that kind of untouched patina sends a shock through the room. The experts lean in. Every spot, every shade becomes a clue, a fingerprint of the mint's history. And when the bidding starts, you can feel the electricity. Because everyone knows what is at stake, a coin whose look no human hand could ever reproduce. Then the hammer falls and the crowd exhales. The current market value of a genuine 1956 wheat penny like this, fine condition, no mint mark, green front and black reverse, stands at an extraordinary $114,000. Yes, 114,000 United States dollars, a single cent transformed into a six-figure legend. And this is now, not fantasy, real numbers moving in real auctions. Every season, that value inches higher, the curve climbing steadily as collectors wake up to the truth. This coin is a hidden chapter of mid-century America. It's hard not to feel the magic. The 1956 wheat penny bridges eras, post-war prosperity meeting the last breath of the wheat design before the memorial reverse took over. It's a symbol of transition, resilience, and luck. Here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you find a 1956 wheat penny with green or black toning, leave it exactly as it is. That's your proof of authenticity and your key to high value. Store it in a cool, dry case, keep it sealed, and let time keep working its quiet miracle, because that patina is pure treasure. Sometimes beauty hides in imperfection. Those green and black shades aren't flaws, they're the map of its journey. They remind us that even a penny can hold the weight of history, if only it survives long enough to tell its tale. That's 7 coins uncovered, 7 true American treasures, and we're still climbing higher. The next ones will leave you speechless, so make sure you are subscribed. Hit that bell and stay with CoinX USA, where every day we uncover another secret of fortune hiding in plain sight. Coin number 8. It's 1957, the end of an era. The last full year before America said goodbye to the legendary Wheat Penny design. And in that very year, something remarkable was born inside the Philadelphia Mint, a coin that would quietly slip into circulation, only to emerge decades later as one of the most quietly powerful treasures in the United States. Coinage. This is the 1957 Wheat Penny without a mint mark, and don't let its simplicity fool you. This coin is one of the most emotionally charged pieces of the entire Lincoln Wheat series, the final chapter before a nation's design legacy turned the page. Look closely. Lincoln's portrait still stands tall, struck in rich 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc, that timeless blend that gave these coins their signature warmth. The edges are smooth but strong, the details of the wheat ears still sharp and proud. You can almost feel the moment when the die hit the plancher, a whisper of history frozen in metal. The year 1957 marked the twilight of the Wheat Penny's reign. Collectors call these the final flames, coins that embody the last breath of a design that had served the nation since 1909. Most people back then never noticed the difference. They spent them at diners, gas stations, and corner stores without a second thought. But fate had other plans. A small handful of those 1957 Wheat Pennies, struck without mint marks, were spared the grind of circulation, protected by time, by luck, by the quiet instincts of those who tucked them away. And today, they're among the most coveted relics of the 20th century American money. Their color, a deep amber tone with soft undertones of chestnut, gives off that unmistakable original mint fire. Their fine condition means the lines of Lincoln's coat still gleam. The words, "In God We Trust," remain crisp, and the wheat stalks still curve with life. These survivors are history's proof that beauty, even in something as small as a penny, never fades. Now, imagine the auction floor. The hush before the bidding starts. The crowd leans in. Every collector knows this is not just copper, this is time captured in metal. And then the hammer falls. The current market value of a genuine 1957 Wheat Penny, no mint mark, fine condition, stands today at a jaw-dropping $108,500. Yes, you heard that right. $108,500 US dollars for a single 1-cent coin that once bought a stick of gum. And this is now real, verifiable, and rising. The market for late Wheat Pennies is exploding, driven by collectors chasing that perfect balance of rarity, preservation, and history. The curve is climbing every month, and experts say this coin's value hasn't even peaked yet. Think about it, this was one of the last Wheat Pennies ever minted. It represents the end of an era, a farewell to a design that defined generations of American life. Holding one is like holding the last heartbeat of a legend. Here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you find a 1957 Wheat Penny with a sharp strike, even tone, and no mint mark, don't clean it, don't alter it, don't let it out of your sight. Store it carefully, because its demand is only getting stronger. Authenticity, originality, and condition are everything, and these coins are a goldmine for serious collectors right now. The 1957 Wheat Penny reminds us that every ending can be a beginning, that even as the wheat design faded, its legacy grew into something greater. Today, it's not just a coin, it's a relic of American spirit, craftsmanship, and endurance. 8 coins down, and every single one feels like uncovering a hidden chapter of American history. But trust me, the final 2 will redefine what you thought possible. So, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and stay tuned right here on CoinX USA, where every day brings a new treasure, a fresh story, and maybe the next fortune waiting in your pocket. Coin number 9. Sometimes the most unassuming coin carries the biggest secret. It may look worn, ordinary, just another penny from a pocket long forgotten. But what if I told you this small brown survivor from 1952, struck at the Denver Mint, is one of the most astonishing hidden treasures in the entire Wheat Penny series? The 1952 Wheat Penny with a D mint mark, a coin many people overlook, is now a lightning bolt in the collector's world. Born in a year when America was roaring back from war, when hope and hard work rebuilt a nation, this little piece of copper became part of that story. Look closely. Its surface carries a rich brown layer, not dirt, not damage, but a patina sculpted by 70 years of time. Each shade tells a story. The darker ridges where fingers once rubbed, the warm bronze heart that still gleams beneath. This isn't a flaw, it's its fingerprint. That aged finish is what separates a common penny from a piece of living history. That D stands for Denver, the powerhouse mint of mid-century America. It produced millions of wheat pennies, but only a few survived in this perfect brown, circulated state, gently worn but still full of life. And collectors crave that look. Honest wear, real history, the proof that it lived a full life before finding its way back into the light. Its composition remains classic, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, a formula that sings with durability and warmth. When you hold it under natural light, you can see that reddish-brown shimmer that only authentic mid-century copper can deliver. What makes this 1952 D coin even more captivating is the energy around it. Auction after auction, the buzz keeps growing. Collectors speak of it as the resilient cent, a coin that defied the odds. While countless others were melted, lost, or destroyed, these few survived, whispering their stories across generations. And when one of these appears under the auction lights, silence. Every bidder knows this coin represents the golden bridge between everyday life and pure fortune. The current market value for a genuine 1952 wheat penny with the D mint mark, brown layer, circulated condition, a piece just like the one you see right now, has soared to a staggering $132,000. Yes, 132,000 US dollars, a humble cent transformed into a prize worthy of legends. And this isn't speculation, it's happening today. Each season, this coin's demand grows as more collectors realize its incredible survival story. Think about what that means. A coin that traveled through the hands of a nation rebuilding its dreams, that carried the echo of the 1950s boom, now reborn as a treasure that collectors would fight to own. It's not just copper, it's a chronicle of American determination. Here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you ever spot a 1952 D wheat penny with that rich, natural brown surface, never clean it. Keep it dry, cool, and untouched. That patina is the badge of authenticity. Remove it, and you strip away its soul. Store it carefully. Its value curve is only going one direction, up. The 1952 D wheat penny reminds us that real treasures don't always shine bright. Sometimes they whisper, quietly waiting for someone to listen, to see the story etched into their surface. That's 9 coins down, each one a chapter in America's hidden wealth. And believe me, The final coin is the grand finale, a jaw-dropping relic that might just rewrite what you think a penny can be. So don't miss it. Subscribe right now, ring that bell, and stay with CoinX USA for fresh discoveries every single day. Because the next coin is about to make history. Coin number 10. Every great story has a finale, a moment that silences the crowd, that makes every discovery before it feel like a path leading right here. And this is that moment. We've arrived at the 1937 Wheat Penny. No mint mark. Black spots scattered across its surface like shadows of time. And what you're about to hear will leave you breathless. The year was 1937. The Great Depression was fading, industries were awakening, and America was finding its rhythm again. Inside the Philadelphia Mint, thousands of copper blanks were lined up, ordinary metal waiting for an extraordinary purpose. Then came the strike. The sound of steel on copper, the flash of heat, and out rolled a small, simple coin bearing Lincoln's face, a coin destined not for power or fame, but for the quiet corners of history until now. At first glance, this penny looks humble, but lean closer and you will see something remarkable. Those faint black spots scattered across its surface aren't flaws. They're signatures of time. Each one marks a reaction, a slow, natural transformation that only true age can create. It's nature's fingerprint on a piece of human history. Collectors call this tone the midnight patina, a dark, silky contrast that dances over the copper's warm glow. It's hauntingly beautiful, mysterious, and impossible to fake. Its composition, the classic 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, carries that old-world richness that modern alloys can't match. Every line on Lincoln's coat is crisp. Every letter of "In God We Trust" still gleams with strength. This is very fine condition, a survivor of almost 9 decades, standing as proof that history, when cared for, never fades. And here's where things take a thrilling turn. These 1937 Wheat Pennies, struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, have become a lightning rod for collectors. Why? Because their survival rate is astonishingly low. So many were melted for war efforts, lost in circulation, or corroded beyond recovery. But a few, a rare few, escaped untouched, blessed with those black speckles that only time could paint. When one of these coins shows up in very fine condition, the air in the auction hall changes. You can feel it, the silence, the pulse, the sense that this is not just metal, but fortune. Bidding starts modestly, then erupts. Numbers leap, hands raise, and when the gavel finally strikes, history is sealed once again. The current market value of the 1937 Wheat Penny, no mint mark, black spots, very fine condition, now stands at a breathtaking $138,000. Yes, 138,000 United States dollars for a single copper coin that once passed through the hands of an ordinary American nearly a century ago. But here's the truth. This is no ordinary coin. This is a relic of resilience, a small survivor that tells the story of an entire generation. And its value isn't slowing down. Month after month, collectors are paying record-breaking prices as demand soars. Think about what that means. Somewhere out there, sitting in a jar, in an attic, in an old drawer, another 1937 Wheat Penny might be waiting. Waiting for the right eyes to see it. Waiting to remind the world that even the smallest pieces of our past can become priceless treasures. Here's your CoinX USA collector tip. If you come across a 1937 Wheat Penny with natural black toning, never polish it, never wash it, never alter its surface. Those dark specks are your proof of authenticity. Keep it dry, handle it carefully, and protect it in a coin flip or slab, because the value of this coin isn't fiction, it's fact, and it's rising fast. The 1937 Wheat Penny is the perfect finale, a coin born in hardship, surviving through time, and emerging as a symbol of quiet power. It reminds us that fortune doesn't always shine bright. Sometimes, it hides in the shadows, waiting for someone who knows where to look. And there you have it. 10 coins, 10 hidden treasures, 10 windows into America's history of wealth, craftsmanship, and wonder. Each one proof that in the world of coin collecting, the smallest details can lead to the biggest fortunes. If you've made it this far, you're not just a viewer, you're part of the hunt. So smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because CoinX USA is just getting started. We uncover fresh updates every single day, new finds, breaking auctions, and rare coins that could change everything you thought you knew about value. This is CoinX USA, where legends are made, one penny at a time.